This program is suitable for most people, however it should not replace a supervised exercise program. Please consult your local doctor before commencing an exercise program, especially if you have one or more of the following: have had joint surgery, any medical condition affecting your heart, lungs or blood pressure, joint inflammation, you have not been doing regular exercise. Stop exercising immediately if you experience one or more of the following: chest pain, shortness of breath, nausea, dizziness, numbness or tingling in the arms or legs, severe pain or discomfort in your joints. The producers and distributors disclaim any liability or loss, personal or otherwise, resulting from procedures in this program.
Hi, my name is Julia and I'm a physiotherapist specialising in Pilates. Pilates is a great form of exercise because it is low impact, so it's friendly on our joints. It's also a great way to improve our posture, strength and flexibility. For today's episode of Move It or Lose It, we're going to be focusing on exercises that strengthen up our core muscles. There are many muscles that make up our core, including our diaphragm, our deeper abdominal muscles, our hip and pelvic muscles, including our pelvic floor, and also muscles around our lower back. For today, we're going to start by moving on to our hands and knees. Okay, so guys, we're going to start by going onto our hands and knees. So what you want to do is pop your hands just underneath your shoulders and your knees hip width apart and underneath your hips. From here, we're going to do a nice back stretch. So you're going to start by bringing your chest and tummy towards the floor. So you're sinking down towards the floor, arching your lower back. And then you're going to come towards the ceiling and you're rounding through your upper back and lower back. And then we're going to go towards the floor and away from the floor. And let's keep repeating this. Now, if your knees are uncomfortable on the floor, then that's okay. You can always use a rolled up towel or a pillow underneath your knees. If your hands and wrists get sore at any time, you can drop down onto your forearms. So this time we're going to be moving our lower back, but without moving our upper back. So try and keep your upper back nice and still. And we're going to tilt your pelvis towards the floor, which means we're arching our lower back. And then bringing our lower back towards the ceiling and tucking our pelvis in. And arching again and tucking in. Try and keep nice and strong on your shoulders. Okay, nice work. Now this time, guys, we're going to go into our neutral spine position, which means that you are not arching your back. You're also not rounding your back. You're just somewhere in the middle, so your back should just be nice and flat. From this position, we're going to take our left arm and we're going to reach our hand forwards in front of us and then bring your hand back to the mat. Okay, so reaching forwards with the left arm, breathing in, breathing out, and bringing the left hand back to the mat. Do your best to try and keep that neutral spine position and to try and keep nice and still on your legs and on that right arm. Shifting our weight onto our left arm, we're going to bring our right arm forwards in front, breathing in, and then back to the mat, breathing out. Okay, nice work. So guys, this time we're going to be putting our weight onto our arms and we're going to use our left leg to kick behind us, trying your best to keep that neutral spine position. Sometimes if you kick out too far, what will happen is you'll start to arch through your back. So don't kick that high. Okay, so when we're ready, we're going to go left leg kicking behind us, and then bringing it back to the floor, and then kicking behind again. Now as you kick back, we're going to breathe in, breathing out as you come back to the floor. Do your best to keep nice and stable on your arms and that right leg. And remember, if you need to, you can drop down onto your forearms as well. Great. Okay, so shifting our weight onto our left leg and supporting ourselves with our arms, we're going to kick the right leg behind us, breathing in, right knee back in, breathing out. Guys, it's time for an ad break, but let's keep practicing these during the ad. You've got 10 more on the right leg, and then we'll meet you back on the mat. Welcome back, guys. We're going to go back down onto our hands and knees. So hands underneath our shoulders, knees hip width apart and underneath our hips. And this time we're going to stretch our left arm forwards and at the same time kick the right leg back. Now, if you're getting a little bit fatigued, then what you can do is just practice the one arm at a time and the one leg at a time. But for today, we're going to do a combination. So when you're ready, we're going to go left arm forwards, right leg back, stretching as far as you can, and then back to the floor. Left leg forwards, right leg back, breathing in and breathing out as you come back to the middle. And we've got one more. Okay, nice work. Let's swap sides. So, right arm forwards, left leg kicking back. Back to the middle, stretching forwards and breathing in, breathing out as you come back. And one more, guys. Okay, great. Let's do a little bit of a stretch. So, if you can, you're going to walk your hands forwards as far as you can, and at the same time sitting your bottom down on your feet. Now, if you don't have the flexibility to do that, you can keep your bottom up. But just see how far forwards you can reach your arms. Let your head just relax in between your shoulders, and then sinking your bottom down if you can. This should feel really nice around the back of your shoulders and around your lower back. From here, let's walk both of our hands towards the left side of the mat. And you should feel a stretch more around the right side of your back. And then we're going to walk our hands back to the middle and then around to the right side of the mat, and you should feel a stretch on the left side of your back. Okay, now guys, coming back onto our knees, we're going to drop down onto our forearms. Still make sure that your knees are hip width apart and your knees are under your hips, but from here we're going to stretch our left leg out behind us, and from this position we're going to touch our toes onto the floor, and then we're going to kick back up again. Nice work, let's swap legs. So, shifting our weight over, right leg out behind us and touching the toes on the floor and kicking back up. Okay, great. Now guys, let's come back onto our knees, and if you can, you're going to either sit your bottom down or just stay upright. From here, we're going to have our arms up in front of us, and we're going to bring one elbow towards the left. Look around to the left as far as you can, and then back to the middle, and bring the right elbow and look around as far as you can. And back to the middle. Left side again. Back to the middle. Right. Great, one more on each side, and then we're going to go for a break. So grab a drink of water and we'll meet you back on the mat. Welcome back, guys. For the next exercise, we're going to go back onto our hands and knees. So hands under your shoulders, hip width apart, and knees underneath your hips. Now, if you are finding that your wrists and shoulders are getting tired, it is okay for you to drop down onto your forearms. Also, if you're finding that one knee is either getting a little bit tired or feeling a little bit stiff, then you can just practice the exercises on the opposite leg. Okay, so from this position, we're going to take our left leg out behind us, and we're going to make circles with the leg. So, small circles tracing with your leg, and do your best to try and keep that neutral spine position. You should start to be feeling your hip and glute muscles working as well. And we're going to change directions. Okay, great. So if you can, we're going to swap sides. So we're going to go onto the left knee with your weight and kicking out your right leg, and we're doing circles. Good, and swapping directions. If you need to, you can bend your right knee. Great. Okay guys, let's just loosen up our backs with a few more of those back stretches. So, as a reminder, your lower back is arching and going towards the floor. And then we're going to do the reverse where you're rounding your back and tucking your pelvis in. For this one, you're going to try and keep your upper back nice and still. Okay, now guys, we're going to kick our left leg out again. From the straight position, you're going to bring the leg out to the side, towards the left, and then back to the middle. So out to the side, breathing in, towards the middle, breathing out. Cool. Okay, and swapping sides. So right leg out, moving it towards the right, and back to the middle. Okay, great. Now guys, for your stretches, you can be in any position where you're comfortable. So for example, you can stay up here, or if you like, you can come down here, or you can be here. It really doesn't matter. We're going to be stretching out through the neck and the arms, so where your legs are, it doesn't matter as long as you're comfortable. So getting into a position where you're most comfortable, and we're going to bring our left arm up in front of us with our palm facing towards the ceiling. We're going to use our right hand to push our hand back towards us, just nice and gently. And what you should feel is a stretch through here. Okay, and swapping sides. So we're going to bring our right hand forward with our palm facing towards the ceiling, and our left hand to help pull the right hand back. Okay, let's give our arms a break and just rest them where you're comfortable. And we're going to tilt our left ear towards our left shoulder. So we're going into this position, and you should feel a stretch down the right side of your neck. If you would like to make the stretch deeper, you can pop your hand on your head and gently tilt yourself a little bit more. And then we're going to change to the other side. So right ear going to our right shoulder. You should feel a nice stretch down that left side of your neck. And if you want, you can pop your hand on your head to go down just that little bit more. Well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Move It or Lose It. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.